Hello everyone and welcome to another episode on how to build a Spectrum computer at home. Today we are going to add a memory model to our CPU simulation model sim project, and this memory model will contain also the original Spectrum firmware. So this is the memory mapping of the 48 kilobyte Spectrum computer. So it was called 48 kilobyte because the random access memory was 48 kilobyte, while the whole access memory was 64 kilobyte. So the Spectrum computer contains a firmware, 16 kilobyte of code. So this firmware is located into a ROM chip, and it is placed on the board, and the CPU start accessing the code from this ROM and execute the routines from here. So we have used the previous test bench when we had only the CPU without any kind of memory model. And starting from this, we are just adding the actual Spectrum firmware and also memory variable. So we are going to emulate this memory structure we have here. 64 kilobyte of memory, of accessible memory. The lower 16 kilobytes is the ROM, the original Spectrum firmware, and the upper 48 kilobytes is the usual purpose RAM. Okay, we can find online the actual the original 48 kilobyte ROM. So we need to go here to Philip Kendall web page, and here we have a collection of a lot of ROMs, and we are just interested in this 48 kilobyte ROM. This is the original one, so we can download it, and we have a binary file which is exactly 16 kilobyte in size. And we need to put our file in this test bench folder. If we open the file, we see this binary encoding. So we can use in our Verilog test bench feature of Verilog 2000 language, so we can open the file in a binary mode, and we can use this information, so we don't need a ASCII file. Okay, so what we have put here besides our previous test bench content. So after the CPU instantiation, we need to create a variable which is the entire memory, the 64 kilobyte memory variable. So we are just defining a vector, 8-bit in size, and with 64K locations. Okay, so this is the memory variable. And in the next step, we are going to populate the lower 16 kilobytes of the variable with this ROM content. And using this procedure, we are actually initializing in the correct way the mem variable with the ROM content. Okay, in the next part, we are going to define some signals. This is the read memory signal. It is a logic combination of already two already available signals from the processor interface. And this read memory is active on high level. So when the memory request is 0 and the read is 0, the read memory it will be 1. So this give us the information when a memory read access is initiated by the CPU. Next, we are going to define this CPU data input with memory variable. So when we want to read, when the CPU will read from the memory, we will pass to the CPU data input the content of the memory variable, depending on the address. The write memory, it is in the similar way. So we have this write memory, which is valid only when the memory request is 0 and the write enable is 0, and the address is higher than 16 kilobytes. So we want to activate this write memory only when the CPU is actually writing into the RAM area, not in the ROM area. So I have noticed that this the firmware actually sometimes gives some kind of write memory access also in the ROM area, and we have put this constraint here. So the write memory, it will be active only if the address is higher than the ROM accessible addresses. Okay, and the next procedure give us the possibility to populate the variable memory with the data goes out from the CPU. Okay, so this simple code emulates the entire memory of a Spectrum computer, and let's see how it looks into the simulation. Okay, so we need to compile this test bench. Okay, the compilation was successful, and start the simulation. Okay, we are loading the signals from the wave file. Okay, and let's run the simulation. Okay, so let's stop the simulation and see what is happening at the beginning. Okay, so here in the upper part we have the reset clock and the CPU direct ports. So this is the read, the input output request, memory request, and write request. And here in the second part we have the address, we have our newly created read memory and write memory signals. So it is easy for us to just follow the read memory and write memory. And also here I have put the complete variable of the memory. So let's change this radix to hexadecimal to see what exactly is it is easy to read. Okay, so after reset the CPU start to read from the memory and from the address 0. So this is the ROM, and the ROM content is here. It is mapped to the first to the lower 16 kilobytes of the mem variable, and here we have the actual firmware, Spectrum firmware. So from the address 0, the CPU data input will receive the F3. So this is the operation code located at the address 0 in the ROM. And next on the address 1, the AF, address 2 and 3, 11FF. Okay, so it seems that the read from the memory is working. So here we have the actual code, which is read from the memory and is executed by the CPU. And let's see if we go a little bit further, we can see the first memory write. And we have a lot of memory writes. And the firmware, what is actually doing is just initializing the memory from the upper part of the memory, which is the maximum address, to the lowest address. And if we go here at the end of the memory variable, we see this is the upper location of the memory, and we can see the actual data which is written by the CPU. So we have some kind of initialization of the memory with a pattern, and if we just let the simulation running more, we can see how long it takes. So here we have a scale in milliseconds. Our processor is running with 1 megahertz clock, and here what 1000 milliseconds, we have 1 second simulation time. If we go up, we can see that the memory is initialized. It takes a lot of time, a real second, to initialize the memory. Okay, so we are reaching 2 seconds. Okay, so after around 1.6 seconds, we reached our lower part of the ROM. So here we are at the boundary of the RAM and ROM. So the ROM, it will end the 16 kilobytes of ROM, it ends here, and from this address starts the real RAM. Okay, so after the memory write reach this point, it will start again to clear the memory. So the first pattern was 2, and the second pattern is 0. Okay, and let's stop the simulation. Okay, so I think we have reached around 5 seconds, and let's see. Okay, so the memory is still okay. Let's continue a little bit more to see how long it takes to complete the 0 pattern into the memory. Okay, I think yeah. Okay, so the complete memory initialization procedure takes almost 6 seconds in our simulation. The simulation, it is pretty fast. Okay, so this is the behavior of the firmware. So using this simple test bench add-on, we are just validating the integration of the Spectrum 48 kilobyte firmware into our Model Sim project.